This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So let's get right to it, fam. Hope you had a good day today. Appreciate you stopping by to listen to my video. Today, we're talking about buffer class politicians in the light of the Jacksonville shooting. So let's get right to it. So basically, Ryan Christopher Palmiter was the murderer, the assassin, the white supremacist who went into the Dollar General store and basically annihilated 3 foundational black Americans with hate and vigor. So today, we're going to talk about the politicians, how the Democrats and the Republicans talk over us, okay? And so here's a skit.
You think there are more race-based violent crimes on the right than on the left? Why is this a lot more pervasive on the right?
Well, the fact of the matter is I think that there's a lot more violence that's also pervasive in parts of the country.
See, number one, he's already babbling. We're talking about a sensitive situation that happened in Jacksonville. He wants to talk about all the other black people that are getting killed throughout the United States. This is a particular issue about a white supremacist who killed black people, but he wants to bring up other instances as far as Chicago and things that go on in the inner city. Let's go.
That supposedly are left-wing voter bases. So I don't think this is a left.
Get it? Left-wing voter bases. Let's go back to what he said once again.
A lot more pervasive on the right.
Well, the fact of the matter is I think that there's a lot more violence that's also pervasive in parts of the country that supposedly are left-wing voter bases. So I don't think this is a left versus right issue, and I don't think we should try to politicize this through partisan goggles either, Chuck, especially in the wake of a tragedy like this one. The fact is there are more black men dying on the south side of Chicago.
Do you ignore the elements that allowed this manifesto to
Basically, this is how the two parties are going to continue to argue. The Democrats are going to continue to act as if they care about what happened, and then you have the Republicans that are basically going to have some type of stance as, okay, well, now it's not a racist thing. Now it is about the weapons. See, before it wasn't about the weapons. Whenever there were mass shootings at schools and people brought up laws that need to be changed, considering assault weapons and things like that, they didn't have anything to say about it. Now they want to talk about the weapons and it not being white supremacy. Once again, these are dog whistles where you have immigrants like this guy running for president. He's telling other immigrants, okay, we're going to play the same game as the white supremacists. So let's listen.
spread online, and that it does feel as if social media connects some of these hateful ideologies.
Well, the fact of the matter is I do think we have two standards that we're even applying if we're having a conversation about manifestos. We still have not yet even seen the manifesto of that transgender shooter in...
See how the conversation goes from 3 foundational black American people that were killed. Now we're talking about the LGBTQ manifesto. And see, this is how our stuff get pushed to the back. Whenever we're talking about us, he knows the trigger words are LGBTQ, left, LGBTQ. Like, automatically, his job is to align all black people with Democrats. Democrats do nothing for black people. Republicans do nothing for black people. But the game is to volley and serve the conversation. So that eventually nothing will happen. There will be nothing that will happen, and we will continue. There will be black people that will continue to vote Democrat because the Democrats will always promise and promise and promise. They will always promise. Let's go.
Nashville of a Christian school, and yet here we're focusing on the motive. So if we want to look at this through a politicized lens, let's look at what the political media and the political establishment is doing differentially.
That's his name right there, Vivek Ramaswamy. What a piece of shit. Honestly, what a piece of shit immigrant scum. Okay? The talking piece will always be to ignore what black people need in America. And when I say black people, I talk about foundational black Americans. Our lives are in danger. And this is what they talk about.
In how they analyze different crimes and then create a new narrative around it.
They're all about narratives. They're all about talk game. That's what they're all about. They're all about confusion. They're not about getting anything done. They're just merely about confusion and to continue to have the same game keep going. Remember, the Asians had an Asian hate bill, okay? Someone pushed them in the street or something like that. There were some Asians that were killed in a what was that? A massage parlor? A massage car parlor. Now, if these were black people that were dealing drugs, breaking the law, okay, we wouldn't even be talking about this. So I want you to understand how they pick and choose their arguments, and all they do is volley our topics. There's nothing that any politician can do for black people. There's nothing that black politicians can do for black people. It's just us by ourselves, and we must be on code, and we must carry a decorum. We must understand that our survival will depend on our cooperation with each other. What is happening is a good thing because it is creating a situation where black people will have to depend on each other and black people will have to support each other. More buffer class trash. This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.